Hi everybody, my name is Shannon and you're watching another yarn. Thank you so much for joining me today. I greatly appreciate it. Guess what? I got a package. I got a very big box. Yes, sorry about that avalanche, right? Table down. So I got this really big box in the mail and I am really excited. Some of you already know I have joined in for another month of the Mystery Yarn Challenge. The Mystery Yarn Challenge for October 10/23. So if you see that hashtag, follow it. You'll see all sorts of crazy, wonderful, crafty things that we all come up with. This is the brainchild of Lori from the Armchair Chef. What she did is she came up with this idea of everybody, not really everybody, but people that want to play. We go ahead and we send her our names and say, we're interested in playing. She goes ahead, shuffles all the names, sends a name to everybody. I sent a box out to somebody, and Teresa sent a box to me. So a different person. I sent mine to somebody else, and Teresa sent hers to me. And I have approximately 1 month to make something with the contents of this very large box. Holy cow, that's a big box. So the rules of it are, send a few different yarns, right? There's no set amount, but enough to make a project. If you throw other things in there, great. That is totally up to you, but you don't have to. And then the recipient needs to make something utilizing a part of all the yarns involved. That's it. There you go. You can make more than one project. You can put it all in one project. For August, which was Lori's 1-year anniversary, it was definitely a goal to make one project that utilized all the yarns in it. And that's the challenge, right? Some yarns are a little bit more difficult to incorporate to make a gorgeous project. But this is coming along towards Christmas, right? We're coming on to those later months. And who knows? Maybe I'm going to have beautiful autumn colors. I love my autumn colors. Theming for Halloween, theming for Thanksgiving, theming for, the autumn months. And I might have some really fun Christmassy things, getting ready for the holidays. I don't know. That's the whole thing. The other part too is beyond the fact that you don't know what you're getting with this, you don't know if you're getting partial skeins, full skeins, because it really doesn't matter. Nope, not at all. Because a lot of times when you're making something, you just need a little bit, an accent. And sometimes whoever's making your box gives you just enough to make an accent on some of it. And I think that's fantastic. So the fun thing on this, Lori sent me an email, and there's also a note here. It says, Shannon, please see message below the label. So this is a folded up piece of paper that is on here, and I have that. So I'm not sure how I'm going to, get this off and not destroy it, but I'll figure it out. It's okay, right? There's yarn involved. We got this. Got my handy dandy kid scissors. All right, so I'm gonna cut that label off since it's written on here, and Lori made sure that that I knew about it. I figured I'd go ahead and check this. It says, Shannon, I'm sending lots of yarn to choose from. Please don't feel obligated to use in all or in any one project. You choose which yarn you like to work with. P.S. I love you and your channel, Teresa at Graham Cracker, aka Graham Cracker. So she has her own channel also, and I will link that down below. This is exciting. The label states that this is like a 5-pound box. There's a lot of yarn in here. That's a lot of yarn, right? Or there might be other things. I don't know. So I don't know about you guys. When I get a box like this, for one, I'm like a child. I mean, we know this at this point. And I want to open it like as fast as possible on one end. And on the other token, I want to draw it out because sometimes that anticipation is just so sweet. And, right now I can dream of all the things that could be in here. And if you've seen some of my other videos, I've got a pretty good imagination. So I had those, those evaluations, psych eval type things when you're a kid, right? And I had those, and checking your IQ and what have you. I don't know if they do those, but when you're a child and you grow up in foster care, they do that stuff. So I remember being able to read some of my paperwork when I was an adult, and that's what they commented on, is I had a very excessive imagination. Yeah, yes, I do. I think of a lot of things in my head. I just really do. That's how that works. Oh my gosh. Wow, this is so cool. Oh wow. See, I was gonna just like one time and one little bit at a time, kind of like teasing, but holy cow, look at this. Paintbox Yarn, pick your palette, simply chunky. Look at that color. I have not used Paintbox Yarns before. I've got some books that actually call for Paintbox stuff. I have to figure out which ones they are, because I do remember seeing this recently. I just don't know what book it was. I've not used it. This is fun. So this is 100 grams. It is 149 yards, 100% acrylic. Colorway, it's made in Turkey. Lots of cool yarns are made in Turkey. Color is a number, so that's not going to help you much. Color 343. And I've got a bunch of them. Let me see if I can gently set my box on this table in front of me without making a little avalanche thing going on. Yeah, it's an avalanche. Either that or my eyes are going crooked. Whew, don't know. So I've got 1, 2, holy cow, there's a lot of yarn in here. 3, 4, partial ball. That is awesome. That's leftovers. Another one. So I don't know if that's a full or a partial or whatever. 5. That's cool. That's a lot of yarn with this. There's a lot that can be done. This is a chunky yarn. If it works up to a chunky, this is a garment. This is enough for a garment. It really is. And we're getting cold here in Colorado. And I also have 3 of this gorgeous blue. Look at that. That is stunning. Okay, so that's more accurate. I've got my window open and it just does its own thing. It just does. And then I've got, look at the, oh, I love my greens. We know this. Yes. So this is one of the premier anti-pilling everyday bobbins. And I've not worked with one of these. I've had the anti-pilling yarn from Premier, hello, but I've not had any of their bobbins. This is 3 balls in 1, endless possibilities. Yeah, with those greens, yes. So this is a darker green, this is a lighter green, and this one in the center is a marl of the 2. And that was how they did the put up with this when they were selling them. So the 3 colors, 100% anti-pilling, number 4 worsted weight yarn. Each color has 181 yards, it's 3 ounces. So there's a total of 543 yards here. That's a lot of yardage. This right here, since I've got grandkids, I have 5 grandkids if you're new here, and this is enough to make a garment for pretty much any one of them, and definitely the boys. The boys are the younger, and one of them is getting ready to turn 5 next month. So there you go. I've got that, and then there's more. Oh wait, there's more. Holy cow. I also have, this is the Comfy Cotton Blend, and if you've not felt this, it's nice. It feels really nice. I have a handmade bag that I got in my last mystery bag with my yarns. I also got a handmade out of this. I believe it was this, and it is stunning. It feels really nice. It's a comfortable blend, and I have 3 of these I got from my Lion Brand mystery box. So this will be fun. So I can incorporate the 2, because mine I got more of a beigey color, very, very neutral taupes and stuff. And then I've got this gorgeous, look at that. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. These gorgeous colors with the blues. And this is called Ocean Breeze. It's a number 3 weight, 392 yards, 7 ounces, 200 grams. And it looks like there are 4 of them. That is nice. I think this one feels like it could have been slightly used. So 3 plus, might be 4. I don't know, but that's a lot. That's a lot of yardage. There's no complaint here. That is a lot of yardage. And there's something else down here on the bottom. Oh, look at this. I got the grandkids. Oh, man, I am shaking the table. I'm getting too excited. I got the grandkids and everything. Look at that. So I got suckers and Tootsie Rolls. Oh, those flavored Tootsie Rolls are the bomb, man. I'm telling you. Those are good. I like those. Those are fantastic. Wow. Teresa, you did amazing. This is such a stunning box. This is multiple garments if I were to choose that, you know, because I don't have anything else going on at all. Nope, no other projects. But this right here easily could do multiple garments with these gorgeous colors. So I've got a lot of different color work designs that I absolutely love. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Oh, I should probably do this too. There. So do this so then Lori can get, we can go ahead and we can get a screenshot of these are all the colors. But this is such a stun. I love the colors. It is absolutely stunning. So what I would do if I were to do a color work type of a design, I would use the body for this and then intersperse some of the color, because obviously there's the 3 of this one and there's more of this, and either do just a little bit around the top. I don't know if I would want to do a circular yoke, because the circular yokes are the ones that you would definitely think of. But for me, maybe it's the way that I do them, or I don't really pay attention to the gauge. I think it's a user error on my part. But they don't lay as nice, you know, so you've got this big nice circle and it creates a lot of fabric, and you've got that same size in the back. And to me, I need that in the front, right? And I don't need that in the back. So I end up trying to decrease a little bit more, or come up with another way to remove those stitches. So mine that I've done completely circular yokes, I'm not as pleased with, but that's not the only way you can add color work. So I think color work on the top would be fantastic. You can also do the color work putting something right here along the cuffs and the bottom hem. So those are some different ways. And I've got a lot of different books. In any book that you have that has graphs in it, you can turn to color work. Right? If you have any graphs, whether it's counted cross stitch, embroidery, it doesn't matter. You know, sewing, it really doesn't matter. So pull out that graph and you can kind of convert that and knit that to a certain extent too. So there's cute little things that you can do. Geometric shapes are always fantastic that you can add in and incorporate if you don't have a pattern that you like already. So take your favorite sweater pattern and add some color to it. You can do the color as you go, or you can do a duplicate stitch, which is kind of like an embroidery technique that you're doing after the fact. And that's especially helpful when you're doing just 1 or 2 stitches and you don't want to do an intarsia type thing. You don't want to cut your yarn as much, and some things it's just a little bit too cumbersome. So you'll duplicate stitch afterwards. Same with adding some embroidery. Different things, different techniques. Man, you can tell my mind is going. And then if I wanted to mix, and I don't know if I would, but the colors, oh my gosh, those really do go well. They do. The sun's kind of saying no, they don't, but they go really well together. They could be interspersed if you chose to, you know, if I chose to, this being the cotton blend. Let me see. I think it's 50% cotton, 50% polyester, this being the acrylic, but you could. This is a 3-weight, this is a 5-weight. You can still mix things that are different weights. It depends on how you want to mix that. You really can. There's a lot of patterns that will take almost a lace weight and, you know, knitting, crocheting. I've definitely seen it with knitting. Knitting along with a large needle with lace weight is going to make very big, loose, open stitches. And then you come back with maybe it's a worsted weight or something else, or, you know, a different type of weight. And your stitches are going to be more close together. So you'll do that for effect. So you could do the same. You can still mix items. You just kind of do a gauge swatch. I know I said that word, but test it, right? We won't use that nasty word of gauge, but you can test it and come up with different ways to do it. You know what's funny too? I remember it was months. I don't know how many months I was watching, because I've been watching Lori for a long time, and she's the one that, like I said, sponsors the Mystery Yarns Challenge. And I remember watching and seeing people opening up their boxes. And as soon as they open their box, they're like, oh, I've got an idea. I know what I'm going to do. I'm like, woman, you just opened that 2 minutes ago. How do you have an idea? Now I know. There's just something about when you have that and you're sitting it and it's in front of you, and you for one, you go into your wheel of what you're good at or what you can knock out semi-quickly, right? Because you've got the month time period, a month-ish, that type of a thing, to get something that you're happy with. I mean, bottom line, you're trying to do something that you're happy with. And it was an interesting one. It's like, how are they coming up with that so quick? You know, like, oh, I already know. I know what I'm going to do. And then they just go. I remember watching Telena with hers. Telena likes to do a lot of garments, and definitely look at this and look at her. She does a fabulous job. She comes up with, you know, here you're getting this mystery. She doesn't have any heads up any more than I did. And she comes up with well fit garments, fit to her because she's making for her body, and they look fantastic. And, you know, designer type pieces, or the pieces that when you see that person wearing it, you're like, wow, that's incredible. And I was wondering how people did that so quickly. And now I'm over here going, oh yeah, I've got ideas. You know, this can be easily a garment, this can be that. And if I didn't want to do garments, these right here would make really quick hats and mitten sets. I really like the idea of kids garments because, again, 5 grandkids. You know, the other one too is I'm doing blankets for Camp Boggy Square, or Camp Boggy, the Boggy Camp, you know, but Boggy Square, I'm making squares for the camp. But this is enough that I could do a blanket. And if it wasn't enough with these, I can add yarns that I already have to finish that off, whether I wanted to do squares or a full blanket. I didn't do the mental math really quick to see how many yards, but you know, I could come up with it. And if I were worried about doing a blanket and not having enough, it would be a knit blanket. It would be on a looser gauge with bigger needles. That's a thing. And knitting uses about 30% less yarn. So if it was one of those where I love these colors, and which I really do, they're gorgeous. I love these colors and I want to make a blanket, which I kind of really do. I could knit one with this and I'd probably end up meeting the size. The size is 35 to 40. I know I said 30 before. I saw it on other things. That's okay. 35 to 40 inches wide and 40 to 50 inches long. I could probably do it. Not sure, but if I wanted to, there you go. And if this wasn't enough, I would just add some more of whatever I have. I have yarn. I do have some yarn, just a little bit, you know, so there would be different options as far as that goes. But this is, Teresa, you just outdid yourself. Holy cow, this is a lot. It goes really well together. The colors are absolutely spectacular. There's enough to do anything I want to. I thank you. I just don't even know what else to say. There's, you know, not that I would complain, but there are definitely no complaints. Holy cow, this is very generous. This is extremely generous. Thank you so much. I hope that you've all enjoyed this. I hope that you take the chance, or not really chance, but take the time and click that hashtag MYC1023 and see what all of the other fantastic creators are coming up with. They're getting boxes like this. Maybe not this big, some bigger, some smaller, right? That's here nor there, but they're getting mystery yarn in the mail, and they're doing the same thing and trying to come up with, how do I make this work? What do I do? And then follow it, because it's really interesting to see what each participant makes at the end of the month. All right, everybody, you have a great day, night, evening, whatever it happens to be. Bye-bye.